Hey, and welcome to my Saturday or Sunday? Saturday evening stream. Can't remember what day it is. So, exciting times. TSM4 Beta has been released, so I'm going to check that out in a bit. Now, I have had a quick sneak peek of it this morning, so this isn't raw first impressions, but first impressions so far are actually, pretty good. Obviously, being beta, it's still a rough around the edges, but that's to be expected. That's why we're here, to help out with the beta. So, okay, just turn that down a bit. So let's start with our normal routine and then see how TSM4 integrates and see what's changed, what's different, what's better, and then what still needs work on. And let's take it from there. Right, okay, so mailbox opening. Oh, got a few sales. A load of fighter chow. The cooking's really worked well since I've started doing a lot of stuff. And we actually sold some ironweb spider silk. And the soul fibril's gone. That's another bit of profit. And then 3 rings of haste. Okay, so this all looks... I don't think the TSM mailing window has changed at all, so this looks all the old style still. So let's open them. Okay, that's that done. Now, my normal routine would be to go straight into TSM and look what we have here. New TSM window. Okay. So it's come in with my auctions here. So I can see everything I've got on. It looks like can't quite see the names of everything. Can I scroll that across? Or can I make the window bigger? There's a little icon down there. Oh yeah, I can make it wider. So if I was to, say, stretch this across... can't make it smaller than that. See, I'm running at a fairly low resolution. At, what am I, 1280 by 720. Good evening, the Bob Ross of Goblins. Thank you, honey. That's very kind of you. I'm just testing out TSM4 at the moment. It's a shame that goes dark. I'd like to see this dynamically update so I can read these things as I do, or have the little lines like you do with File Explorer, so I could change the size of each column. That could be useful. So here we have the main window. So if I want to do, I would normally do a cancel scan now. I'm guessing in auctioning. Now I've already got the groups I want selected because I did this earlier. Oh, I did notice there's no select all or deselect all that I can see here. What does the 3 dots do? Nothing as yet. I wonder if that would give me an option. Select all or deselect all. Maybe that's something yet to be implemented. Okay. So, with just the ones I want selected, let's run a cancel scan. So this is as I expect. Oh, something to note whilst I'm doing this. We are officially over 1 million gold now. We are at 1,046,000. So, starting scan, scanning 1 of 15. Does seem to have gone... Everything seems to have frozen, looking at the animations on the side here. So I don't know, that's not something I would normally get. What's my actual computer doing at this time? Let's have a look. at my performance. So we can see there, that was a fairly big spike of CPU utilizing. Now, I am running this on a potato, so there is going to be a certain amount of slowness expected. I've only got 4 gigs of RAM, which I'm pretty much maxed out on. But this is, we're comparing this with TSM3 at the moment. Now obviously this is a more up-to-date version. Right, so we've done the cancel scan. We've got lots of undercuts here. Now the one thing I did do, which if you are going to go onto the beta, was I took off my macro for the scroll wheel and I put it back on, because that wasn't working before. See, at the moment, holding control and wheeling the mouse isn't cancelling. If I select the first one, now it starts cancelling. So that could have been just because I was hopping around windows there. That was pretty quick. There's a couple that didn't. It said item not found. Retrying 6 auctions which failed. Okay, and it's gone back to cancelling 25 of 30. And then it's done them. So it's recognised that there was an issue, and then it's come back, done it. So that's pretty intelligent. So normally I then hit escape. That doesn't seem to close the window. So escape doesn't close TSM. But then we would head normal operations and put these auctions back on. With any luck, we might get a few sales tonight. Being what, Saturday night, raid time's just about finishing. We might get a few, but the escape works there on the inbox, which is my normal method for closing. Right, so a post scan would be the same. Start post scan. So we've got here all my regular enchants as I would expect. Okay. And this time just doing the scroll wheel, so it must have been me messing around with the windows that messed that up the first time. Okay. Those are posted back on. Now the next thing I would normally do would be to go shopping. And I'd have a look in my favourite searches, which would be here now. I was wondering if I could make that bigger, but I can't. Does this actually work as a... Doesn't look like that works as an actual scroll menu, but I can use the mouse wheel on there. Okay. So favourite searches, Chaos Crystal. These have been quite highly priced for a while. And normally I would see the list come out. Looks like there's a little arrow there to drop that down instead. Okay. There's an extra button press. And normally I would look for anything under 200, but 240 seems to be the best we've got on offer at the moment. Now looking in my bags, interesting, my bags don't go over the top. I can't click on my bag window and make that overlay the top, it's always underneath. I'm using the Addy Bags add-on. Interestingly, the highlight there does overwrite it, so you've got 2 little eyes. Okay. I can't see what's in my bags as easily. So I'm looking at Chaos Crystal here. The tooltip goes over the top. Right, so my Chaos Crystal average purchase price is now looking at 229. I used to have the mat cost down there in the tooltips. Let's all now this window. Oh, that's interesting. There's some things overlaid and some things not overlaid. Okay. That looks interesting. Wonder if that's the same with my bags off. Turn my bags off. Bring TSM up. No, it's just TSM with itself. Okay. I want to go and look into TSM and look at my settings. Tooltip options. Want mat cost. Price format. Display group name. Destroy values. Counting. Want sale rate. I think I'll turn these both on. This is a temporary view of the TSM3 user interfaces. Okay, this is still work in progress. Crafting. Show material cost. This is what we want. We've got materials. Mats needed to craft an item, and their price will be shown in the item tooltips. That could be useful as well. Let's turn that on as well. Okay. So, back to the auction house. And we want to go to our favourite searches. Chaos Crystal. See, now if I was just clicking on one, I'd expect this to be automatically expanded out rather than automatically contracted. Collapsed rather. Because now when I hover over, now I've got my mat cost, which is the same as my average buy crop cost, which is what I'd expect. And so 229, 240 is a little bit over that. I do currently have 600 Chaos Crystals, so I'm not desperately out of them. So let's go back to shopping. There's a back button. I'll go there. Now I was on favourites, so it'd be nice if it could remember that I was on favourites and not recent. Because now I want to go back to my other favourites. It takes up so much of the screen. Yes, it does, DJ. Thanks for stopping by the stream, by the way, and Donny. I think I'm particularly low resolution because I'm playing this on my TV and I'm trying to keep all my settings to the minimum. I'm playing at 1280 by 720, which is quite low by WoW standards. So I probably wouldn't be too concerned about the size of mine compared to other people's. Unless you're also playing 1280 720, in which case they'll look the same for you. So let's have a look. We want to go shal'dorei silk. That makes sense, yes. So yes, I'd like that to be expanded when it comes down. Oh, we've got a stack of 200 for 5. We'll buy that. Finding selected auction. Okay, firming. There we go. Bought that. That was easy. That was like a normal control and wheel mouse down. So see, now I have to keep clicking on favourites. Slightly more annoying. I definitely would prefer to see this expanded, I think. It's not like I'm doing if it was a list of things, like from a group, then I'd expect to see them all collapsed. But if it's just one, I'd like to see it expanded. The 1733's Arcana price. And now I can't quite see my bags. I have to move it around to see my Arcana, which is hiding somewhere. Arcana, I've got a 1567. Actually, I don't even need to look in my bags. Just remember, because I can actually just hover over the Arcana here and see the 1567. That saves me that hassle. So it's more expensive, so I won't be buying that. Favourites, Leylight. I'd hardly read the text. I can hardly read the text on Gumdrop's stream. Ah, okay, so there is an advantage to having it big. It's a lot easier for people like me with old eyeballs. The Leylight's at 44. My mat cost is actually 47, so this is cheaper. Is correct? Yes. 47 is my mat cost. So I'm going to buy... That's only one. The scroll didn't work there. I'm scrolling. If I click the Leylight, then that buys it. And now it's gone again. I would like to normally just keep scrolling down, but looks like I'm having to click scroll mouse wheel and then the highlight's gone, so I can't go and buy the next thing. One stack of 200, I'll buy that. I'll leave the rest at 48. Okay, so back. Let's go through all of these. So we've done the silk. Interesting, oh no, this is recent searches have gone that way. I keep wanting to go into my favourites. I'd like to keep this. Whichever I've selected and I go into, I'd like to keep that. So, fell cloth. Any fell cloth around? 54 gold. See, my average purchase price is 102. So that's definitely worth buying. Let's expand this out. Now again, I can't just scroll. I'm going to have to go select. That kind of defeats the point of the scroll wheel if it disappears each time. And I'm going to bid on these two because that's really good. 30 silver for fell cloth, definitely. If I can... what does that say? You're already the higher bidder. Okay, must have already gotten that one. Okay. So obviously this is still rough around the edges, but it's you know, it's pretty good, to be honest. You know, I'm able to find my way around it. I mean, I only had a quick look this morning. This is my second time looking at it, and already it seems familiar. I like the layout. I like the kind of like the font size. It's fairly clear to read, especially on my resolution. Golden pearls. I don't like the price of those, so I'll leave those. Nomi snacks. Let's see if there's any cheap Nomi snacks, just in case. No, 1,198. Back. Favourites. Silk we've done. Sorcerous Earth. We've already got quite a lot of this. Don't think I really need to be buying much, especially as I bought it for 5 gold. I'm not buying it for 18. Favourites. Because it kind of defeats the point. I'd rather just go in my recent searches if it defaults to that one. I'm sure that's probably not as intended. Stonehide leather's massively overpriced, so I won't be doing that. And sumptuous fur. Let's see if we got any bargains. Ooh, 292. That's okay. It's not as good as my 134 average though. So if I bought that, that would take my average higher. And I've currently got 1,600, so I'm okay at the moment. I'll leave that. And Wild Jade, the last on my normal list. Ooh, that's expensive. 562. My average buy price is 461. Although the mat cost is 504. So it's probably factoring it in from somewhere else. Probably some Pandarian things that I haven't got. Okay, right. So what else would I do in my normal routine? Let's do a shopping search by group. So I've made some ingredients for all my new cooking recipes. So let's run a shopping scan. See, that's not highlighted. I expect that to be white. Run shopping scan. Maybe that's not. Why would that not be? Cooking ingredients. Oh, no, it's white. There we go. So now I would expect to see all these collapsed coming down because there's multiple items here. So that makes it easier. Just look through and see if there's any bargains. Now what would be nice is if, like File Explorer, I could add some extra columns in here, because it would be nice to be able to list how many I currently have of each of these, so I could see where I'm running low on stock. Because I can hover over them and see I've got 79 big gamey ribs. Or you could even put another column in to say what your average buy price is, and then you can adjust it from there. Don't know what these little flags are. Are they hammers? Don't know what they mean. Again, the scroll menu isn't an actual clickable thing. Let's order it by percentage. So let's see if there's any bargains here. I've got 79 big gamey ribs. So my average buy price is 15. The 10.95 is a bargain. So let's open this up. And we want to buy that. Buy that. Let's buy all 9. So the single ones, the highlight doesn't disappear. But then once it goes, then I'm left with having to click it and then do the next lot. Okay. Buy all of those. And now big gamey ribs has dropped down here. We're at 1460. I think I might order this by buyout item so it doesn't change. Actually no, I'll do it by item. Big gamey ribs. That way it won't change. So I want to buy... now that's interesting. This comes up at the top at 18 gold. This is the one I want to buy at 14. I wonder why that one's at the top. I want to buy anything under 18. Buy those two. Let's buy all these ones at 15. It'd be nice if I could shift click them. Shift click all of, select one and shift click that, and then click buy out on all of those. Seeing as the scroll wheel's not working. Like moving on to the next one. That'd be interesting. 4, 3, 2, 1. Buy those. And let's buy these 15.99. And these. Whilst I'm here, Ethereal's at 14.40. And I'm at purchase price of 10.98. I go through each of these and just compare them with my price. Almost need to make the window even bigger. Let's go full. The tooltip still covers it. I was hoping the tooltip would show to the side so I can compare the prices. It seems to be, no matter the size, it goes over where I want to look at the price. Okay. Right, so Aetherils we looked at, purchased 1098. Black Barracuda 26, no. Cursed Queenfish 280. The ones that are on higher prices are unlikely to be. Yeah, that's, well, Dreamleaf's pricey. 20. Someone's bought those. Falcosaur eggs. Already got 267. So those are at 8. Loads. You almost buy all of those up quite easily. They're not in order of price so much now, are they? Because I've done it by item name. Almost better ordering it like that, because when I do it like that, the cheapest doesn't come up first. Interestingly. It changes it by a different order. Can't quite work out where. Almost like it's alphabetical from the seller as the next choice. Whereas I prefer it to be buy item as the next order, so I can buy the cheapest. Okay, let's change this to percentage, because that at least shows me them in the correct order. And then I can start with the top. Buy that. Buy that. Going to buy them all. Buy that. Buy that. And that one. Okay. Lay blood. What's that? 6 gold. Purchased at 680, 605. I can get some lay blood. How many have I got? I've got 142. Let's take anything. Let's take a few of these. Don't know what I'm using some of these in, so I may be overstocking on things I don't need. But whilst I'm still learning my cooking, I want to have a stock of these things. Ooh, now we've changed to gem chips. Let's carry on buying these. That's cheap. Let's bid on those. Now that's easier. Before, when you used to bid on something, you could only bid on one of them, whereas now you can keep clicking, which is really useful. Okay. Any other bargains to have? Slice of bacon, 196. God, that's so expensive. Okay, I think I've creamed off the basic cheap ones. So that's shopping with groups and shopping with favourites. We've looked at auctioning. I haven't done, well, I've done a single post here. One thing I did do that was a bit of an error was I clicked on this base group and did a post scan. And what that meant was posted all my items like these ones as a default option, which I didn't want to do, so then I had to go back in and cancel everything. But that was okay. It was just learning what each of these things did, so I have to make sure that the base group isn't selected. Hi Sephorium. Thanks for stopping by. As you can see, we're trying out TSM4 and having a lot of fun at the moment, just trying to get to grips with it all. Seems to be running really well considering this is beta. No crashes or anything. You haven't installed it yet. Yes, it's exciting times. Let's have a look what else I would do normally now. Go and collect all those things I bought would be what I do next. Let's just put my frame rate up so I can see. Right, so that's all my... See, now with this bag, you can see the order goes over. That goes over. If I click on it, can't move that window. So, but in the TSM auctioning window, that goes underneath all the time. There we go. Let's stock up on all our bits. Now, normally the next thing I would do would be, what would I do next? I would do a restock. Let's work out how we do this next. Wait for these mails to come in. So how's things, Sephorium? Have you how's your alt leveling going? Have you managed to get any more to 110? There we go. Loads of big gamey ribs. Okay. Next up. So actually I do crafting. So you escapes my muscle memory to close the window. That's going to prove difficult. So we would go to Enchanting. Let's have a look. Got a few things we've put in here already. Is there a clear queue? There it is. Clear queue. So sessions, groups, cloaks, necks, rings, tomes and relics. Add to queue. There we go. Make that a bit bigger. So where's my material costs for all of these? I have to go back to professions. That's for the Tome of Illusions. It tells me what's selected there. But I'm interested in my queue as to knowing what materials I need, because then I'd know how much Arcana I'd need. Crafting reports? No. That's interesting though. Gathering then. Start gathering. Hey Cody, thanks for stopping by. Right, so... Okay, so rather than being able to do it in the crafting window and see how much Arcana we got, that's a bit of a shame we're missing that. Ideally, this window isn't necessary because that was down... That was down the bottom, which was easier to see, and then the queue was to the side. But at the cost of that, we've lost the list of materials somewhere, unless I'm missing something. So that's kind of like a loss. Hey Drop Pencil, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. So we'd want to go to the gathering, but my windows are so huge I can't see it so easily, so let's move this over to the side. So we're going to have to use the gathering window rather than just looking in here. So I know I need some Arcana. Ah, thank you Gumdrops for the host. That's very kind of you. What profession would you suggest if I want to make gold on professions? You've only been doing transmog so far. Well, given my limited experience, I've lucked out on my server with Enchanting. So for me, I would say Enchanting definitely all the way. Hey, here comes the goblins. Well, let's... Where's my chat? I can do this now that I've got 2 monitors. Smileys. Emotes. All goblins. See if this works. Yay, there it goes. Hey, Cortinia. Thanks everyone. 2 monitor hype. We've got TSM4 and we've got 2 monitors. What more could you possibly want in an evening? I am having a lovely evening, thank you, Cortinia. Thank you for the follows, Runetoon. And I missed another one that came in earlier. I'm not used to 3 monitors. Yes, definitely. I think I'll have another one there. Although my main screen's stupidly large, really, because I'm using my TV. So perhaps that would be overkill. So, thank you everyone for stopping by. We are going through TSM4 and doing my normal operations and seeing how it differs to TSM3, what's currently in there, what isn't in there. And so we're using the gathering window at the moment to... thank you for the follow, Grace Believer. I'm going to need to increase that window size. My old eyes can't pick that up. But my chat's picked it up, that's good. Grace Believer's got it there. Excellent, and I missed another one from earlier. There we go. Right, so we are going to go... We need some Arcana, so... Intermediate crafting, lay shatter, craft next. I think that's working. Difficult to tell because it looks like it's lagging out a little bit. How's my CPU looking? It's not looking too bad. So the lag might be just... Hi there, Skittles. Thanks for stopping by. You thought of looking into alchemy and enchanting? Yeah, I think, Cody, those could be good ones. I would say try it out. At least you could always look on like the Undermine journal and see what prices things are selling at of like the Legion, enchants and alchemy and work out how much it's costing you at the moment, and then you can take it from there. Or just try one, see how you get on with it, see if it suits you, see what the quests are like, and then just try it is the best I could recommend. And then if it doesn't work out, make another character, level it to 110 and try another 2 professions. Well, if you have the time, that is. So Lay Shatter seems to be working, although the interface is literally just flashing up, it's not actually moving much. Thank you for the follow, Skittles. Very kind of you. So it looks like this is working. What would this be like by comparison? I stop this. And then if we go over to Enchanting and just go, can we go back to the old WoW UI? There we go. Let's see what Lay Shatter Create All does here. That's still a little bit laggy, but you can see the bar moving across. Just by comparison. Right. Cancel that, we've got enough now. Stick to TSM4. Right, so back to my... Let's move that right over there. And then... Thank you, Naya, for the follow. It's very kind of you. So now we need Enchanting Vellum, which I've got in my bank, but I should be able to craft these without it. So, actually not without having to get it from my bank is what I mean. Right, so I clicked on that, and now we've got this hand icon as if it wants me to enchant it on something. Which doesn't seem right, so press escape to clear that. Stop gathering, I think. Think it's being investigated. You're having some dips in FPS and stuttering whilst crafting. Okay, thanks Gumdrops, and I'm glad you've... I thought you guys would definitely be on top of it. We are Twitter buddies, but I didn't know you stream. Yes, I do stream Skittles, but thank you for following me on Twitter as well. So let's try this again. So that seems to work, but then I get the hand. Escape, click it again. That seems to work. What if I control wheel mouse? Yeah, that works without the hand. Well, it does briefly get highlighted. Yeah, that seems to be working, I think. Oh, now we're gone. So now we're missing the Enchanting Vellum, which is in my bank. I was fairly sure I'd be able to enchant those without having to get them from my bank. But doesn't look like I can. That's fine. So let's... Yeah, we're... Frame rate's dipping in and out at the moment. But that could be... No, we are testing this on a potato, so... We are pushing TSM4 to its limits here. Right. Now we've got the same issue with our bags going through a few items here, which is quite interesting. Where's my gather window? Start gathering. I've got right mess of windows here. Move that down here. And then we want to retrieve from Samadan. Gather items. There we go. Then we can close that. And we can move. The disadvantages of having a low resolution monitor. And then crafting. Craft these last two. Okay. That works. A little bit clunky. But it does work. It's a shame I couldn't see the materials I needed down the bottom like you used to, but we're getting there step by step. Okay, so I would then want to post these back on. So my normal operation would be to go into TSM, already got those selected, so I'd run a post scan. Tomorrow you forget your mate is in Old Dalaran and you get all confused. Yes, thanks for testing it so it runs well for me in 3 to 4 months. I appreciate that. No problem, Drop Pencil. It's a pleasure to be at least having a look at it and seeing if we can help iron out some of the bugs. Well, bugs wise, I've not seen that many. I mean, it's literally it's been very robust so far. Everything I've done, I've managed to find my way around quite easily. Couple of things missing, couple of things in different places, couple of things that I would like to see added, but now the scroll wheel mouse is running, but I'm not seeing a highlight of anything. And that's an interesting icon there. It turns out into a yellow splodge, whereas all the others are the normal enchant icon. Okay. TSM4 looks very good so far though. Not a lot of features I feel is missing. Some small stuff but nothing major. Yes. I think that's it. Nothing really major. Now have I posted all of these? I can't quite tell. It says done posting, so I'm guessing I have. Yellow splodges are the hot new market. Ah, I see. Right. So So no escape to close the TSM window. I'm missing that, definitely. What else would I have done next? So I've gotten we've done a crafting. So now I remember you saying, Gumdrops, that the automatic smart crafting isn't working yet, so I can't remember what my daily cooldown was on this. I think it was temporal crystals. TEM. Let's search for temporal crystal. I believe it was this. Although we're missing luminous shards. Oh, I had some. Yes, I have got some. There. In my bank, it would seem. Add to queue. So I don't see what I need for the temporal crystal. Oh, there's a plus there. Oh no, that's just to add another one in. I believe that's a daily cooldown, isn't it? Escape too close to coming. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Gumdrops. Are you buying new tokens with the price that low, or stay over 1 million for a while? Well, I'd like to get... I've got a target in my head, so I'd like to get to 1.5 million, because that should get me 5 tokens, which is enough to get me another 6 months. And I've got myself a target of getting 1.5 million by 22nd of December. So I think that's doable. And I'm hoping... I mean, I know I should technically buy some tokens now whilst they're lower, but I'm hoping that they'll stay roughly about the same sort of price, and then I can buy them at 1.5 million. That's the target anyway. I like to have targets in my head so I can at least work things out and sort of like have something to aim for. So, missing my luminous shard. I would think I'd have to go to the bank and pick that up. So let's, whilst that's in the queue, let's switch to tailoring. Ooh. TSM error window. Okay. Looks like Trade Skill Master has encountered an error. Please find the steps which lead to this error to help TSM team. Okay. List steps here. We had crafting, enchanting, then switched to tailoring with 1 enchanting item still in queue. There we go. Done. Now should we do a reload? Looks like the UI's gone a bit skewy there. So I think a slash reload's probably... Slash reload, would that work? Yep, there we go. Let's do a reload. Sounds like a good plan. I hope so. And then my son threw me a curveball saying he stopped his subscription, and that runs out in a couple of weeks. So if I want him to carry on playing with me, I'm going to have to stump up some gold for him, I think. Help him out. So I might do that. Depends how much gold I make. Right, so let's get TSM back up. Back to tailoring now. So I've got the temporal crystal still in there. Now I want to see if I need to restock on my sessions tailoring. Okay, add to queue. We've got some tuxedo pants we need, which have turned white. Interesting. Oh, bless him, that's really sweet though that you played together. It is good. He took me on a mount run the other day, about a week ago. That was really nice. He was showing me areas that he had been to that I'd never been to myself, like doing all the Lich King stuff. The final raid with Arthas. I'd never actually seen that myself, so it was nice to have a look at that. He's He's more of a mount collector, whereas I'm more of a gold collector. So we kind of work quite well together that way. So I need to make my tuxedo pants. Hexweave bag, I'm missing cloth on that. At least I can hover over these and see what I need. It'd be nice to have it as a list though. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it is. It's nice that they're older. I mean, it was funny when I used to play WoW many years ago and they were a lot younger, they would get involved. They'd make characters up and roleplay and do like that. And then years later when they come back, he's come back to playing WoW, he goes, "Oh, this reminds me of my childhood." And that was quite cool. But it's been a part of their lives since they've been born, practically. Ah, thank you for the follow, Disassociated. Dad, if you want me to keep playing, you have to make more gold. Yep. Just like real life, really, isn't it? Dad, need more pocket money. Right. So, without having a list of what I need, I'm going to have to use the gather instead. So let's go here and then start gathering. By the time I have kids and they get old enough, WoW won't really be a thing anymore. Oh, I don't know about that. WoW's here to stay. Where's my start gathering? Doesn't appear. What are we saying? Nothing to gather. Okay, but I want to gather it from my bank. I want to do something. I want to get my luminous shard. I can make my tuxedo pants. Ah, thank you, Trico, for the follow. That's very kind of you. So we made my tuxedo pants. And the luminous shard. I'm sure when I looked at the crafting I was able to do that. Although, oh, of course we are in... so let's switch and see if we can break TSM. Now we're over to temporal crystal. Let's try gathering now. Start gathering. There we go. One can always hope. Finding a boyfriend to be one step, lol. Yes. Like anything in life, it has its step-by-step processes. Of course, there's always ways to skip around them. Gather items. We wanted our luminous shard. Stop gathering. What's this? The bank UI. Oh, I haven't used that. I just picked up warehousing. Okay, we're going to leave warehousing for now. That's going to be an added step of complication. Too much. So go back to our crafting. Make our temporal crystal. Now, the other thing I had was hexweave cloth on a daily cooldown. So let's search for hex. And not in my groups, in my professions. Oops. Another error. Tailoring, crafting. Oh, let's come in now. Window and switch. Searched for hex. In groups, switched to thank you for the follow. One could also these days you won't need one, but it helps. My oldest daughter's 6, decided she wanted to play her kitty like mommy. I had to let you use my third account to make a character to run around her with her mum with. Oh, that's brilliant, Gator. Yes, it's brilliant getting your kids involved in WoW. They pick it up so quickly. What else do we do then? Search for hex in groups, then we switch to professions. There we go. Done. Thank you, Jarakla, for the follow. It's very kind of you to... Ooh, what have we got? Ooh, that's interesting. How do I report this as a bug? My list has stayed there, although I suspect that's probably down to the crash. So that's interesting. There we go. Let's do a reload just to refresh things. Our soon-to-be 22-year-old boy still plays a bit here and there, not as much as he used to. Yeah, Samadan with all the feedback. No, that's the way to do your bug reports. I used to, back in my younger days, make computer games, so I kind of am very familiar with this process. So it would be nice to help out, really, to feedback on all the good work the guys do. Right. Tailoring. We were looking for X-Weave on the daily cooldown. X-Weave cloth. We are missing the sumptuous fur because it's in our bags. I remember I used to be able to do this anyway without it. Without having to get it from my bags. It doesn't seem to be working now. Sure, I could do that with TSM3. I wonder if we were bypassing something somehow. Let's do gathering, start gathering. Open up the bank. Pick up the fur we need. Stop gathering. Close that. Whoops, leave the bank. And go back to crafting and make hexweave cloth. There we go. I'm doing a lot more moving windows around. Ah, good evening, Severi. Thanks for stopping by. So there we go. That's the hexweave cloth made. So those were my 2 daily cooldowns. Didn't have enough for the other thing was cooking restocks. Let's try this. So cooking, crafting, groups. We'll need to clear the queue, I think. So let's clear. Oh, another was in cooking, crafting window. Had a tailoring recipe in queue, and then pressed clear queue and crash. Done. Okay. Do we need to do a reload? No, that seems to have worked. Or have I? No, that seems to be working at the moment. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so crafting groups. Let's select all our food and add to the crafting queue. Now we sold loads of fighter chow the other day, which is brilliant. And we've got 2 more Suramar Surf and Turf to make. So let's gather those. Start gathering. I think I'm running out of real estate by having such low resolution. Right. Cursed Queenfish we buy from the auction house, and we need to go to the vendor. Sure, I had some. Okay. Let's close that. Let's move over here. Let's go to the auction house and see if we can pick up some Cursed Queenfish. Now, I did look at some of this. I think it was quite pricey. What I would normally do now is I'd bring up what was using it, and I'd be able to see the price, because normally it would be in a window down here, so I know whether I'm still getting it for a profit, because I can't see my profits in this window. So that's kind of a little bit tricky. I don't think the crafting reports is giving me anything. It's giving me profit here. Only show craftable? No. All professions. I'd like to see what was in my queue and what my estimated profit was. Otherwise I don't know whether it's how much I need to buy my cursed queenfish for. Because I could end up buying it for more than I want to. That's not added yet. Okay, thanks Gumdrops. So how would I work around this? Let's think. I could look at cursed queenfish and look at the mat price of it. I think I've got some in my bags. Cursed queenfish. Let's use the gather actually and do that. So let's bring up the window, and then let's do. It's worth keeping in mind that it's only adding to your craft queue based on your crafting operation if you have a minimum profit, which is true, Gumdrops. Yep. So I know it's going to be a profit, but what I like to do is be able to see the numbers that it thinks makes a profit, so that when I go to buy it in the auction house I can keep those numbers in my head when I'm buying. It's kind of the rationale behind that. Looks like buy items didn't ring that up. Yeah, you do too. Oh, that's good to know, Gumdrops. Makes me feel like I'm at least doing it right. Right, buy from auction house. Buy items. Doesn't appear to be triggering the auctioneer. Perhaps I need to swap over to another one. No, I didn't do a reload from earlier, so let's just make sure we do a reload. So I didn't do a reload from the last crash, so I'll just make sure I have everything in order. Right. How are we doing? Right, here's still got the gathering queue open. So click auction, click buy items. No, doesn't appear to be triggering a buy. Okay. My auctions, shopping. No. Okay. Let's do a. I want to search the groups. We want to search the auction house. I wonder if we typed it in here. Queen fish. No. Looks like where would I actually search for? Don't want to do a shopping scan. Filter shopping. That would just be here, wouldn't it? Search. There we go. Search by filter. That'll be here. Queenfish. There we go. So now hovering over this. Well, there's not much of it. I need 131 of it. There's only 19. I got 59. Okay. And I purchased them at 280. The mat cost is 271, so it's kind of about right. Let's buy these whilst we've got them. All good now? Thank you, Grace. I think so. I think we're still finding our way around it. So I think I've got as much as I can at the moment. So let's build a little fire in the corner. Set fire to the benches. There we go. Just hope someone doesn't sit on this one. And then we want to make some... I haven't got any royal olives according to this. It must be in the bank. I got no royal olives at all. I don't want to go and buy some unnecessarily. Let's go have a look in my bank. Let's have a look in my bank. Let's bring this up over. Go. Drag it over this side. Ah, okay. Thank you, Gumdrops, for the explanation. That makes more sense. Right. Okay. So, where are we looking for? We were looking in... That's my trade skill one. Let's have a look in my reagent bank. I don't think it will be in here either. No, I think I'm going to just go buy some anyway. I need to go to Dalaran anyway, so I think that's going to be the easiest. Right. Dalaran it is then. Okay, so first impressions of TSM4? I like it. I think it's good. It's a refreshing change. I think I can see where it's going. I can see where it's headed. It's, you know, pretty robust. All said. Obviously, once the other bits are being implemented, like the escape and the crafting queue display, I think it's going to be pretty solid and no different to how it was before. Well, how it was before, and then better, obviously. Right. What have we got? Prepared ingredients: fatty bear steak, slightly burned food, rune scale koi, high salmon. Ooh, a couple of recipes. We got fish brawl special, rank 2, and seed battered fish plate, rank 2. Excellent. It's all just small things that are adding up. Yes, I know, Gunrots, and they sort of end up cascading upon each other, and it becomes quite a monumental task, I'm sure. Okay, Nomi. Ooh, don't want the crafting window, Nomi. We just want to... Now, what shall we research? Now I'm sure before, when I hovered over these, I got a tooltip saying how much they cost. Maybe I have to go inside it. Don't know what this yellow icon is. I've seen that a few times. Is that the recommended one? It says 12, 524 and 12 there. Now, as we've been selling Bear Tartar and Hungry Magister, I'm tempted to do that one. And I know that Fatty Bear Steaks, I've got loads of it and it's quite cheap. Well, 2 gold 29. So let's do that many. We've got 6 left. Okay. But we don't need the crafting window, thank you. What haven't we got at all? Crispy bacon. We haven't got lavish Suramar feast number 3. We could do with that. I think I might do some hearty feast. Lean shank's the cheap one, and that can do hearty feast and lavish. Lean shanks only cost me less than a gold. I'll fill up with those, I think. That's a cheap way of doing work orders. There we go. It looks like some of my auctions have started expiring now. Ah, and whilst we're here, we're looking for some cooking supplies. Royal olives, I believe. TSM auction, there's 5 auctions of it. Okay, people are selling it for 13 gold. Interesting. What add-on was that showed you all the food I could make? That was Nomi cakes, I believe. Let's have a look. There's my add-ons. This one, Nomi cakes, shows what recipes can be learned from Nomi in Dalaran. Really, really useful. Every day will be better, I'm sure. That's good to know, Grace. Yes, I definitely recommend it. That's a good one. Right. We wanted some river onions, I believe. I think I'm going to go all out and get 600. That's going to make me cry. And oh, actually no, it was olives, wasn't it? Let's get 600 of those as well. Onions and olives. I've got 200 of those, 20 of those. What else am I got? I think I've got everything else, that's fine. Right, let's pop over into the fire. So I left that bench burning over in Stormwind. Let's use this fire. Turns off to Curse to get Nomi cake. Runs off to Curse to get Nomi cakes. Right, fight to chow. Let's make what we can. Let's make a few of them. We're getting skills up on this anyway, if nothing else. Let's see how many we can make. Master Cook now. What level are we for that? Ooh, 375 already. Wow. That's not taken long at all. Excuse me, slurping. No, I do like having the rank stars in here. That's really good. And we can see the profit here actually. So that's quite good. We can see Fighter Chow's 11 gold profit, and Suramar Surf and Turf is 25 gold profit. So let's at least make sure we make a couple of those. And then the rest, we're missing the Cursed Queenfish. Let's clear the queue of those. Ah, okay. Rest, clear, queue, Q-E-U-E-E. Done. Okay, let's try clear again. That worked. Let's do a reload. Just to make sure that everything's working. Have a good evening, Gumdrops. Thanks for the host, and thanks for stopping by to chat and help out with some of the TSM4 teething troubles. Oops. / reload. Hope you get yourself something nice to eat. I can recommend the lavish Suramar feast. Would be quite tasty. Or some Labour Q ribs. was tempted to get the World of Warcraft cooking book. I saw it in Forbidden Planet the other day. Right. Tell you one thing for TSM4, that slowness has gone, hasn't it? Right. Okay, couple of things to do whilst I'm here. One is to pick up my order hall mission and see if there's any fresh ones. And then the next thing is to go to Old Dalaran and do the cooking daily, because I haven't done those. Right. Where are we at? Nothing to pick up. Veiled Argonite. Ooh, we've got some gold. The 400. We've just got 400 resources, so let's use that. Hazelnutty has vids where she cooks out of the cookbook. Too fun. Ah, okay. I'll have to check that out. I've seen some of Hazelnutty's videos. He did some introduction ones to TSM, I believe. They were quite useful. My daughter does some amazing cooking. She's got a YouTube video. Check her out, Bubble Dust. She was making some awesome Christmas ginger cakes, cookies earlier, which I haven't eaten yet. They did smell delicious today. Right. I need to head down to the end of here, I believe. Excuse my cats, they're snoring next to me. Not sure whether the microphone picks it up. Okay, now, last time I did this I flew in the wrong direction, so you gotta go north. Check the map. Yep. I think this is the quickest way to get here. I need to head on over somewhere in the draw distance. Somewhere over here, over Crystal Song Forest. Should see it once it, there it goes. Takes a little while to draw because everything's set to the lowest on my computer. My spec isn't exactly top notch. So what we're doing here is we're looking for these Epicureans Awards. I've got 3, and I think I need 100 to get the chef's hat. So I missed out on the Wrath of the Lich King time walking dailies because I was on holiday, and I was reminded frequently by Ignis, and I ignored his advice. So I'm now having to do it the slow method. So where am I? Alliance in here. Jump over the benches. Cooking trainer. Right. Infused mushroom meatloaf. Okay, what do we need to do? Use your meatloaf pan to cook 4 infused mushrooms and 2 chilled meats, and bring the finished mushroom meatloaf. Okay. Get some infused mushrooms found in the sewers, chilled meat, and cook them in this meatloaf pan. Okay. Tailoring sewers. Where do I get the chilled meat from? Do I buy the chilled meat? Nope. So there it is, chef's hat. That's 100. I think it's that we need. Right. So, sewers we're going to, for the mushrooms, of course. Right. Where would one find the sewers? Over here, if it's the same as the other Dalaran. think. That looks like, is it down here? Yes, the underbelly. Right. Mushrooms in the sewers. I'm sure these were going to taste delicious. Maybe. Where are we at? Where would I find some mushrooms? Let's have a little wander around. Hoping for anything sparkly. Can't see anything just yet. Let's try over here. It looks slightly different to the other. Maybe I have to go into the actual PvP area. Circle of Wills. Oh, is this a mushroom down here? No, those are turtles. There's a mushroom, but I'm not sure they're my mushrooms. Objectives. Where's the cooking one? I don't see it on my list actually. I did accept the quest, didn't I? Just have a check. Go back and just double check that I did actually click accept, because these are the mushrooms I'd expect to pick up. Let's have a look. Make sure I've done this correctly. Right. Cooking. Interestingly, it's got a sign over there. Right, let's just check. Where are we at? There's the Alliance area, there we are. Head round here. Looks like I didn't pick up the quest. Except... there we go. That would make more sense. Must have forgotten to press accept. Right, at least I know, at least I think I know where I need to go now. In here, down here. And then... oh, is it over here? Yes, there we go. He has some mushrooms. How many do we need for our mushroom meatloaf? Combine 4 infused mushrooms, 2 chilled meats. Okay, so we need 4 mushrooms. Where do I get the chilled meats from, I wonder? Let's have a look over this way. Some more mushrooms here. Okay. Seems relatively easy. Have I got enough mushrooms? I think I have. Where's my mushrooms? Don't see them in my bags. No, okay. Combine 4 infused mushrooms, 2 chilled meats. Missing reagent, chilled meat. Where do we get the chilled meat from? Chilled meat is from animal kills in Northrend. Loot or the auction house. Ah, okay, thank you. My name is Nobody. Thank you, that's very useful. That's slightly frustrating. Now I have to animal kills in Northrend. I wonder how easy that will be to do. I don't normally like to needlessly kill animals, but there is a need. We need their chili meat. Okay, let's do a quick look down here. If I can't find any animals in the immediate area, then we'll do a quick look at the auction house. 32 silver on your auction house. Oh, okay, so looks like it's pretty cheap. Who here is an animal that would like to give me some chilled meats? A little wonder. Anything wandering around? No, it looks pretty barren. Okay. What's that? No. Right, let's do this the old-fashioned way. Let's go to the auction house. Let's half back, because then we can at least half the Dalaran quite easily, because that cooldown's nearly finished. That's the easiest way, I think. So, lots in Shal'dorei Basin, of course. Is that where all the Nezingwari stuff was? I think it was, wasn't it? Let's see if there's any on the auction house. So, get an excuse to go back into TSM4, so shopping, chilled meat, and oh yeah, 25 silver. Lovely. I'll buy those. 5. How many did we need? Missing radiant chilled meat, of course we need to go pick it up. Or in Tundra the Mammoths. Okay, that's cool. So there are plenty of places. Ooh, got a few sale, one sale. Enchant Ring of Mastery. And a couple of expires. Okay. So we need cooking fire. And we need... Whoops, no we don't. We need to go into the quest and make a meatloaf. Infused mushroom meatloaf. Awesome. So now, whilst I'm here, I'll just pop those on. Those ones that expired. So that was cooking and professions. Oh no, shopping. We want auctioning. Battle pets, cooking, gathering, gumdrops, stuff, mass, world, sell, professions. 5, sell, misc. Just not the base group, because that will put everything on. Okay. Let's see how the scan works now. But it's like 1 every 2 to 3 kills. Okay, thanks, Severi. Looks like it's easy enough to get. So we're going to put some Fighter Chow on. Some Suramar Surf and Turf. Ooh, looks like it's gone a bit laggy. A spinning wheel of... Holy crap. In fact, looking at my CPU and my memory. But then this is a potato, so not much to expect from there. Okay, let's post on. What else we got? Oh, the mooncloth robes coming on as well, and my tuxedo pants I made from earlier. Let's post all those on. Report 25. Oh, I keep on pressing escape. Just remember that. Right. So, also, whilst we're here, we have another cooking daily we can do. Oh, if I can't stop flying. Over here, I believe. We have some cooks. With their cooking daily, which is feeling crabby. And this gives 2 as well. Okay. Make sure we do this one as well. So we need to collect some crabs. I remember looking up this quest. You had to do something. Had to collect some crabs from in the water, I think it is. Canal crabs, fresh crab legs, or no. Catch 6 canal crabs. Now I believe there's even a macro or something we can do that makes this easier. We'll find some first. Probably not the place to be looking. Let's have a look. Let's follow the map. Let's go into the actual canal. There's one. This could be interesting. There we go. Did I get it? Yes. Okay. Right. There we go. Pretty easy to see with the yellow. There we go, 2 more. I think I saw some over this way. Just in the distance. At least 1. Okay, there we go. And then 1 more's over here. Did we get it? Yes, we did. Excellent. That was a quick quest. Right. So this will give me 2. And a cooking skill. So that's 2 Epicurians. And now let's head back to Dalaran, the old Dalaran, and hand in the other one. So, ooh, just unlocked pathfinding and flying. Oh, congratulations, Oni. Your life is going to be so much easier now. That was my first major achievement since I started playing in WoW when I got Legion. Just had to yell about it. Well, to be fair, that's a big thing to yell about. I don't blame you. It's a massive thing. It makes it so much easier for all your other characters. Well done, you. I remember that feeling of just finally being able to fly around places. I think that was the first thing I did. First big achievement I got in Legion was doing that. And then the second one was earning enough gold to pay for tokens. And then it was getting my first 1,000,000 gold. So that was the order of my big achievements. And now we're looking for 1.5 million. Is the next achievement. Ah, Profits TV, thanks for stopping by. Flying never gets old. No. I haven't unlocked the Warlords of Draenor flying, actually. I'm still missing that. I've got the Pandarian one. But because I breezed through Warlords of Draenor, I didn't I put off ulting before having this ready to go. And I've got a druid for gathering ready to go. And boom, gathering cash is good, mindless fun. You haven't done Walls of Draenor yet either. Okay, I think you can probably safely skip it, to be honest. I don't think it's massively important at this stage of the game, especially once they introduce the level scaling stuff. Although I don't think that's applicable in Walls of Draenor. I think you still have to. Right. I think you still have to go through it. Right. Where's Catherine gone? I want to hand you quest back. Oh, I need to hand it to someone else, don't I? That's right. Follow the yellow question mark. There we go. Right. In here, perhaps. No, maybe you're above. Pardon me. I'm just going to pop up here somewhere. Curiosities and more. There we go. Autumn Bennett, please accept this beef mushroom. Oh, I only got one Epicurean Ores. I thought I was going to get two for this one. Oh, I remember that. At least one of them in each of the cities does two, and the others do one, I believe. Okay. Right, there we go. Okay, so that's cooking done. The dailies at least. So we are now up to 6 Epicureans. Getting there slowly. Well, we need to go to the garrison next and pick up my work orders. I might have enough hexweed then to make us a bag. And let's see if Dorothy 2's in residence. We'll be faster taking the portal to Vale of Eternal Blossoms, and there is a portal straight to Old Dalaran. Ah, okay. Thank you, Siviri. I knew there'd probably be a quicker way than flying. Where would be us, Muradin? Sorry, Muradin. The Vale is over just near the Dwarven District anyway, isn't it? So one to the other should be quite quick. I'll check that out next time. Ah, Chillblaine, thank you for the follow. Ah, we've got some work orders in. Garrison resources. What have we got? True Iron Ore, don't have any of that. Although it would be quite nice to get some sumptuous fur for garrison resources. I've got enough at the moment though, so I'm going to leave that. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Need to be on my horse really. There we go. Right, let's pick up our Gorgon fly traps. I think we're getting loads of this now. Probably overstocking, but it's always handy to have. I found a calendar that indicates Wednesday the 6th of December is when the trader will have the good prices for fur. Ah, okay. I did hear of a calendar like that. You have the spots of fur. Let me know when you want to do that. The spots for fur. What do you mean, Grace? Is that the same as what Oni was saying? Ah, the calendar. There it is. Thank you, Oni. Yes, I've seen this. That's very handy. Thank you, Oni. $1,200 per hour. Oh, right. Okay, so you know the places to get the spurt. If you're going to farm it. Okay. Farming locations. Yes, I think I'm with you now, Grace. Thank you. don't tend to do a lot of farming myself, if I can help it. But thank you for the offer. I currently lucked out and I bought about 1,800 sumptuous fur for 1 gold each. So that's kept me in stock for the moment. I do actually have quite a lot of fur. It's at least ticking me over. Ugh. 1,200 per hour. That's a lot. There we go. Yeah, so we've got here we go, 1.5 sumptuous fur. Now I had bought some more sumptuous fur, so it's taken my average up above 1 gold. I've got 2,300 I've purchased. But yeah, the 1,500 I've got with an average purchase price of 1 gold 34 at the moment. So I'm just doing the work orders mainly. How much hexweave have I got? 131. So that means I should be able to make me a hexweave bag. Crafting professions, search patterns, hexweave bag should give me a profit of 1,810. So craft. There we go. 1 hexweave bag. Lovely. Right, let's head back to the auction house now. I think I've done everything I wanted to do in my garrison. The monk at 1 location. Oh, okay. So do you use trapping, Grace, and then use the building that you can make in the garrison, or is it literally just looting from them? You need about 30,000 fur. Wow, that's a lot, Sephorium. Okay, post scan. Yes, the barn. That's it, Oni. No traps. Okay, so it's just literally farming. Try the barn. Couldn't keep one from one-shotting them. Just looting. Okay. Ah. And skinning for leather, so both there. Oh, okay. That'd be worth taking my demon hunter there, because my demon hunter can do skinning. Right, so those are posted on. I've got a feeling my enchants could probably do with checking in on. So let's look at cloaks, necks, rings, tomes and relics and do a cancel scan. This is a secret spot, this for you. Oh, ow, excuse me, just stretching my legs out. So, what have we got? This looks like a few distant or cancelling, which I've undercut. Distant army's back on the market, so that's something. I'd be glad to show or take a group. Oh, that's very kind of you, Grace. Let's just get all these cancelled first. For some reason I've got some general ones on here. I think I must have something still selected. Yes, those two. Okay, now we do a cancel scan. When I get there, I always put anyone standing there in a group. The more the merrier. If you're in the US, invite me anytime. Yes, I'm EU on this one, so I've got a few to cancel. Right, let's have a look. Hey Torsino, can you explain how TSM crafting works, from materials stocking to actually making a profit? Right, Torsino. Sounds like wolves in Frostfire. So the crafting would work. Let's say, for example, I've set up a group here for my enchanting. So I've got several groups: cloaks, necks, rings, tomes and relics, which I've got a crafting operation on the cloaks to make 2 of each if they're in profit, necks to make I think 2 of each, rings 4 of each, and tomes and relics 1 of each. And so have I just done a post scan? I'm not sure, let's just check. Yeah, there we go. Let's put these back on. So I'm posting these back on like that, and then in my crafting, if I go to my crafting window for enchanting, obviously this is TSM4 Beta, so it may look a little different, and then I go to my group that I've set up for cloaks, necks, rings, tomes and relics, add to the queue. Now it's not adding any in because I don't think there's any in profit that I've already got. I've already got 2 each of these, so I don't need to restock on any of these. But say for example we did it on cooking, my fighter chow, which I don't have enough ingredients, it's suggesting I make 27 of them because I've got a group to make, I think it's 200 or 300 of that, I think. Let's have a look. Ooh, I have to close this down because they're overlaying. Operations, crafting operations, cooking generic. So I'm making 316 maximum of those. These are my other ones, 1 of each, 2 of each, and 3 of each. So that's how I restock on things, and only if they're in profit of 400, or in this case 105% of crafting cost. Second request, never understood TSM crafting. Okay, no worries. It's a bit tricky to get your head round. In TSM3 I did it manually to start with, and just made sure my material costs were accurate using average buy. And what else did I have to make sure? It's probably not so easy to show in TSM4 because it doesn't show you the profits as easily. But you'd look at, by going to professions, you look at the profits here. So for instance let's clear the queue. We've had that error already, so let's just clear that queue. So my bindings of critical strike, haste, mastery and versatility are all over 400 profit. So my group to make 2 each of these, if I hadn't already got 4 each of these, would tell me to make those. Hey, Death by Throw, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. And again for my neck enchants, which give me really good profits. 1,400, 1,600, and 2,500, 1,200, and 1,600. Heavy hide, slightly less. Distant Army is one of the ones that really doesn't sell very frequently. So I'd skip that one. Ancient Priestess is the next worst selling one. All the others do sell. Claw, Trained Soldier, Heavy Hide, and Hidden Satyr. And then Cloaks, Agility. Agility's under at the moment, so 161, so it won't craft those because that's less than 400 profit. In this view, can I sort by profit? Let's find out. Doesn't look like I can yet. I don't think you can in TSM3 either. I would be wary of anything below Legion that's showing strange profits, because they don't always reflect the sale rate. Like Demon Slaying being, what's that, 316,000 profit. I mean, there's, yes, it might be if it sold at that queue at that price. That seems like a massively out profit. Let's see if we add. I might have to do a slash reload because I don't think this is fully working. Slash reload. That either just won't sell at that price, certainly not on my server, which is a low pop server, or someone's been bumping up the price and inflating the market value. So it's fairly easy just to look at the various. Let's go back to that Demon Slaying. Where is it? There we go, Demon Slaying. So that's, if I was to add this to the queue, let's have a look. That weapon dealing, demon slaying. To do with having the tooltip for this, so I can see the average sale rate. Big search box at the top. This one, the search patterns. Yes, I could have used that one. What I'm actually looking for is the icon for it, which you'd normally get. Let's try the old one, and let's search for demon slaying. There we go. That's what I was looking for. The actual. They can't be applied to items higher than level 600. So, thought I saw it above the material list. Ah, okay. So that. I'm sure isn't worth that. It's a shame I can't see the let's actually look for it on the auction house. I was actually looking for, I was trying to find the sale rate of it. Let's look for demon slaying. I'm assuming there's one on the market. Enchant weapon, demon slaying. This is what I was looking for. Okay, so looking at my min buyout, compare it to the region market value average. 319,000 is way over what the region market value of 6,000 is, and then it's got a sale rate of 0.04. So to me that looks like something that's been artificially inflated on this realm, which is why the profit shown for that is way out of whack, and the sale rates is pretty low as well, so chances are it's never going to sell for that price. And even if you put it down to 6,000, that's a 3,000 profit. But then how quickly would it sell? I mean, it's worth putting it on. I've done that with the mongoose enchant and made a few thousand profit on that. So it's, you know, it's something something worth doing, but the real profits I'm finding with Enchanting are in the Legion enchants. So roughly 1 per month. Yeah, I reckon that's a pretty good average, Ronnie. Because my Mongoose enchant, let's have a look if this shows up. Ledger, is it in here? Mongoose. We got this. I sold this 8 days ago. Again, it's not a massive one. But I sold that a month ago. I sold it 8 days ago, but I made it in the beginning of November. So yeah, it took just under a month. Mouse over the words. Okay, there we go. Just millimeters above the materials on the top right. There we go. So that's got a sale rate of 0.19. And my TSM accounting sale rate, according to ones I've actually sold, is 0.05. So compared to the region, that's a lot less. Sorry for the lag here. Referring to your crafting window. Ah, yes, okay. No worries. Let's have a look. Enchanting, demon slaying. Ah, there we go. Brilliant. Thank you, Oni. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So yeah, there you can see it. There we go. Boom, tooltips. Excellent. That's what we were looking for. So, with that done, I've got my enchants on. I've done my daily cooking quests. I've been to Nomi. I've gone to my garrison. I've stocked up on that. I've done my cancel scans for my enchants. I think I'm pretty set now. So the colour scheme does not lend itself to being obvious though. Yes, I'm sure they'll have to work that one out. Should I buy mats or go farm them? And if so, how much should I pay for them? Below 80%. Now, it depends what you enjoy, I would say. Because I've tried farming and I don't enjoy it so much, but then others I know love farming. So I'd say do what you enjoy. It's down to time as well, because obviously it takes time to farm. Or if you're going to buy them, get to know the prices on your server. So for instance, over the time I've learned that Chaos Crystals, I've been buying any under 200. So when I see them for 237, even though it's 90%, I'm kind of reluctant to buy them at that. I may be forced to, but that's just through buying the mats is more profitable than 99%. Yes, what Escort says basically, it tends to be time versus money, as they say. Time is money, as a goblin would say. If you can get them for a decent price, just keep an eye out on the prices and get to know what's a good price, and then work out what your profits would be for them. I mean, I stuck it all in a spreadsheet to start with, just to learn it all, to learn what was profitable, until I got my head around TSM and slowly built up on all the sort of the shopping groups. If you do go farm them, remember the mats aren't free. Yes, that's a good point, Death by Throw. They've cost you something, they've cost you time, if nothing else. Time which you could have been spent like sniping or doing something else in the auction house, or something else that might have gotten you more money overall. In terms of Legion mats, get a spam add-on and buy the mats at 6% or so. Spam it every 36 seconds. Do you do every crafting profession? No, I don't actually. Tossina. I still consider myself a casual player. I've only really got one main, and Samadan, he's got Enchanting and Tailoring, but I mainly make my money from Enchanting with a little bit of Tailoring. Now I'm learning Cooking, which is proven to be really good for sales. And then I've got a Demon Hunter that's got leatherworking and skinning, and that's about it. I haven't got any other characters that are higher enough level, so I still consider myself to be very much new to this. But yeah, it's worked out so well. Enchanting's been the best one for me. I think I've 1.3 million in 69 days, pure casual. Well, you'd be surprised. I think I lucked out, and I lucked out with Enchanting, and I lucked out with my server being low pop and having good profit margins. And to be honest, even though I'm being casual, this is all I've been focusing on now, is the auction house. Once I got into doing this, I haven't really quested as much at all since then. So yeah, it's definitely above average casual, shall we say. But gold wise, yeah, I've been very happy with what I've got so far. Let's have a look at, can we do just a small range? Just says last year. I don't think we can change this, but this is literally when I started, end of August, and then that's me buying a WoW token, and then no, that's me buying 4 WoW tokens, and then that's me coming back up. I think it's quite accurate because that shouldn't be as high as that. I guess you don't have any alts. No, I don't really. I've got one Demon Hunter that's about level 109, and that's about it. Ah, thank you for the follow, Tossina. It's very kind of you. But yeah, this is it. This is my main. Just my little priest, Samadan, who I started playing 13 years ago, back when WoW started, and the only character I've really ever played. I've been a priest all this time. Right, I think I'm going to probably call it an end to the stream about there. I think I've done all the things I wanted to do. I've got my auctions on. Didn't have as many sales as I thought I'd get, but I have gotten my head around TSM4 a bit more, which has been really good. Wait, 13 years and no alts. Well, I must admit there was a big break between there. I did the first couple of expansions, Wrath of the Lich King, and then I didn't really play Pandaria or Warlords of Draenor or Cataclysm. I kind of skipped through all of those, and then came back into Legion. So, and yes, up until that point, very much casual. So I've only kind of upped the hours now that since I've what am I on /played? /played. Let's have a look. So time played 58 days in 13 years. So you do the maths on that. It doesn't average out very much at all. But it's been fun. I don't know. I've enjoyed playing my priest. I wouldn't want to play anything else really. But I will do some other elts. Right, well thank you everyone for stopping by and chatting and giving me some help and advice, and I hope I've been able to give some help and advice in return. So thanks for sticking by me. I'm going to call it a night now, but I hope you all have a lovely evening and good luck in all your gold making and your professions, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. I'm not sure when I'm next going to be on. I'll probably try either another one tomorrow night, or if I can't do tomorrow night, I'll see if I can catch in on Monday. So until then, have fun and happy gold making. Good night and farewell.